What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another great edition of No Love Philly, the podcast dedicated to artists, activists, musicians, comedians, breweries, basically anybody in, around, passing through, coming by the city of brotherly love that makes this place as awesome as it is. Dude, we got a great interview, man. We got to interview Willis Weller from Tooth Grinder, badass fucking metal band from Jersey that's signed to Spine Farm Records. Awesome dudes, with all of them have an amazing story. Just fucking crazy shit, dude. One of the dudes in the band is a civil engineer. Another one's like this badass chef. We talk about what landed them to getting signed, the importance of a manager, and how that helps getting signed with a label. The whole journey that got them signed is just a fucking wild thing of events, man, that just kind of strung themselves together to make this happen. We talk about surfing in the winter, what he's anticipating about sharing the stage with Tool on the fucking festival. They're hitting this fucking festival circuit hard. It is a badass interview. They are touring a lot. They're constantly in Philly. We get a crazy ass Philly story, which I thought was funny. It's probably something that we've all seen once in our time here in Philly. I know I've definitely seen it. But yeah, you want to definitely check out their latest album, Phantom Amour. They were here in town with Norma Jean about a week ago, and they just put on an amazing show. They are just some bad motherfuckers, man. And I really do hope that I can link up with him again in the future, because I'm super interested in doing some filming when he's surfing in the winter. That to me is just a gnarly idea, and apparently he's not the only one. There's fucking tons of people that do that, but these dudes just have like a really great story. They're a badass fucking band. I just love how everything came together for them, and they're just super fucking interesting people. So definitely check that out. But hey, I'm back now, and I want to start doing some more stuff at the Fire. And right now, I want to talk about some events that they have coming up. They got Moody Black, Static Brothers going down April 3rd, Dead Heat, Primal Right, Enforced, Luke Payne Strikes April 4th at the Fire. You have Kevin Daniel, Myself Through You tour at the Fire April 4th. You have the End AD and Chugga Colosser Decontrol that happened on the 31st. Let's see what else we got going on. I'm going to try to cover as much as we can of April. They have Hellfest Philly, 6 Philly metal bands, and Conniption Fit going down April 7th at the Fire. Race Trader, Paper Trail, Kenoshi, 0 Hour, Cancer, April 8th. Also April 8th, The Crooked Coast Along the Way, Violet Waves at the Fire. April 11th, Woman Crush Wednesday, which is something I really want to get with the organizers about. April 12th, Inspector Moon, Rob George, Billy Wynn from DC on April 12th. April 13th, Skeletal 69, Misfit Holiday, Shark Bullet, Andera, and more. April 14th, Pat Stone and the Dirty Boots. April 17th, Church and Open Heckle Mic. God, I want to check that one out too. And then, of course, April 18th, that's a Wednesday, so you'll have your Women Crush Wednesday that day. The 21st, I Am and Revenge Season, Pains, Cast in Blood, Typecast on April 21st at the Fire. April 21st, you also have Aviations, Deeply Woven. April 26th, Samurai Pizza Cats and the Mojo Machine. April 27th, Call It Home, Young Graves. April 28th, The Disgruntled Sherpa Project. That's it. And then you start getting into May, and they got some more stuff booked up. Dude, there's a lot of shit happening at the Fire right now. They just got MTV was just there doing a True Life segment. But man, I really want to get Karen on here as well. But the Fire's popping, man, and I can't wait to get back in there and start doing some interviews. For now, though, let's get into it with Willis Weller of Tooth Grinder and fucking catch up on all the amazing shit they're doing. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. More episodes are coming. I'm doing them as steadily and quickly as I possibly can. And make sure to like us on Facebook, Instagram, and all that noise. And fuck yeah, man. Enjoy this interview. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. There we go, and we are on, man.
Checking, love it.
So Willis Weller, man.
Yes.
My last name is Weller too, so it's.
I know that was so crazy.
Yeah.
I've only met. All right, so can I tell you a Weller story?
Absolutely,
real quick?
please do.
I feel like all the Wellers I meet,
You'll have to hold that close, though. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. So, I have a crazy Weller story for you. So the only two other Wellers besides obviously my dad, my grandparents, yada yada yada. We were on tour with Sixth, UK metal band with Periphery, and first day loading our stuff, and someone goes Weller, and we both turn around, and Dan looks at me, he goes, "You're a Weller?" And I was like, "Yeah, you're a Weller?" And he goes, "Yeah, I've never met like another Weller." And we like hugged this and that. It was so ridiculous. So through the tour, we would like post ridiculous pictures together, be like, "I think we're family, I don't know." And this other guy whose also name is Dan Weller plays guitar in Florida Georgia Line.
What the fuck?
Dude, hit me up. And on the next tour we were on tour with Between the Buried and Me, and Florida Georgia Line was playing a little outside Atlanta, and we were playing in Atlanta at the Masquerade, and the American Dan Weller hit me up from Florida Georgia Line and was like, "Dude, there's 2 passes at the door for you. Like, I got to meet you. Like, if you're in town, this is crazy." So I ended up going there, meeting the other Dan Weller, and we just decided, like, we got to start a Weller band.
Yeah, dude.
So it's like Dan, and Will's just, like, starting a band.
Dude, and then have you ever looked at, like, the genealogy or, like, what it means or, like,
no, but
the
I'm
flag?
sure it's probably ridiculous.
Dude, I can't, like, I don't know, man. I don't want to spit in a vial or anything and find
no,
out
it's
what
all
the fuck
good.
it is, right? But I don't know. One of them was like a swan, and I was like, that's odd. So it
That's
has
cool.
something to do with like water or some crazy shit.
That's cool.
Which is odd because you live by the fucking
Right,
beach.
I live
you know
right
what I
on
mean?
the beach. This is
Do you have an
great.
obsession with water? Do you have any type of like?
I mean,
I love water. That's
I've
why
always said that wherever I move, it has to be by a body of water or the ocean or just primarily the ocean, pretty much. I don't want to live by like a Great Lake. I'm good on that.
Yeah. And
I'll do Pacific, Atlantic, whatever, Gulf.
and yeah, so what's crazy, and I come from the desert, so when I got the chance to move out to the East Coast, I was like, oh fuck yeah, I'm sold.
I'm
like,
all for it. Yeah.
So I actually have a lot of questions for you.
Cool.
The first thing is, by the way, fucking, why don't you introduce yourself like the legit way? Let everybody know who you are, what you do.
So my name is Wills Weller. I play drums in the band Tooth Grinder, and I'm very happy about it.
Fucking hey, right, man. You're definitely fucking making a living doing this shit.
Yeah, man, it's been awesome.
So I'm super curious about, because you guys originally came from Ashbury Park, right?
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Or Asbury.
Asbury.
Yeah, Asbury.
Right.
Yeah.
So Asbury Park, what the fuck, dude? Like, I mean, it's obviously, it's a famous scene in the sense that like there's a lot of like musicians who have come through there and like started there. But what is like the regular scene like there?
You know, it's very culturally diverse. It's got a little rap, a little indie, a little this, a little that. The metal scene isn't too accepted there, which I think was the best thing that could have happened to our band because it made us play a couple shows. It made people be like, whoa, you guys are crazy. And then we're like, all right, cool. No one cares around here. Let's get out of here. Let's like go to New York, go to Philly, go to Delaware, go to Virginia. And so that was kind of a blessing in disguise. It made us travel. It made us play local shows all over the place. So we got our sea legs kind of early, you know, because we would just be traveling all the time. But it's cool. You know, we started touring like heavily 2014, and we didn't like that's kind of 2013 was the last time we played Asbury, and we didn't play Asbury Park until last May. So you can imagine that show was nuts. It was amazing.
That's crazy.
But yeah, it was kind of cool. But yeah, we have every kind of music you could think of. A lot of original music, a lot of cover, you know.
And now you've worked your way up to rolling around in a short bus.
Yeah. It's awesome, dude. We love it because it gives us a place to sleep. It's
Absolutely.
not like seats on a van, which are like crazy uncomfortable.
I was almost excited. I was like, am I going to walk into a tiny house?
Yeah,
It's
pretty much like a tiny house. Yeah.
So my curiosity becomes, all right. So you come from Asbury.
Yeah.
It's not like a super thriving metal fucking scene. You start touring, going around everywhere. But how did you transition into getting signed to Spine Farm? Like, how the fuck did that? I want to know what took place that made that happen. What happened?
So it was kind of a cool story. So it all started. I guess it all started when we became a band, but like it all really started to pick up when Matt Halpern, drummer of Periphery, he was doing a drum camp or a drum clinic around the country with 2 other amazing drummers, Mike Johnston and JP Bouvet, called the Common Thread Tour. So what that was is 3 drummers who were on the same cymbal company, but vastly different kind of drummers. So anywho, they came in. I made sure their drums were set up. You know, like, the day is not about me. It's about them. You know, so I made sure their stuff was cool, this and that, water, food, whatever you need.
So what is your role on this?
Me, it was just the music store I was working at.
Okay, all right,
Yeah,
got
yeah,
you.
yeah,
All right,
yeah.
okay.
So these guys are just performing in the music store that I work at.
Of course.
And so we're just like, all right, cool, this and that. Like, started talking to Matt, you know, because I knew he's an incredible drummer. JP, Mike, a ridiculous drummer.
Just pause real quick. Have you dropped by Philadelphia Drum Company?
I haven't, but I hear
Drum
it's
and
really
Percussion?
cool.
It's fucking rad. It's
Yeah.
not too far from
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah.
And then also Bucks County Drums Company.
That
so,
I hear is ridiculous
Yeah,
too.
because I just interviewed one of the managing editors from Drummer Magazine.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Yeah, Modern Drummer.
That's
yeah, so,
cool.
But yeah, sorry to interrupt.
No, it's okay.
I just wanted to throw a plug in there.
That's
and
really
if you've got
cool.
a chance, drop it off.
Yeah.
And drop by and check it out. I'm sorry to interrupt. Go
Oh,
ahead.
dude, never. It's all good. Anything drum related is
Right.
cool with me.
Go for it.
So anywho, got talking to Matt, this and that. I didn't say I was in a band because it's just not the time or place. Like I said, it's about him. It wasn't about me that day, you know?
Right.
Luckily for me, someone in the crowd or whomever was like a fan of the band, might have had like a shirt on or whatever. He let Matt know. He goes like, you should check out Will's band. Like, he's in a metal band. And we were just about to play with Whitechapel. Just a local show. Like, we had to sell tickets, typical bullshit. And we were about to play a show with Whitechapel, just opening up for them. And Matt was like, dude, you're playing with Whitechapel. Like, that's really cool, isn't that? Like, you're in a band? I was like, yeah, in a metal band. So we didn't even really talk about it. We just exchanged numbers, and we're just like, let's just keep in touch. You were cool. I was cool. Let's be friends. That's it. About a year later, so we kept the band going. We kept playing on the weekends, this and that. Nothing too serious, but obviously trying. About a year went by, and I sent him a text, and I was like, and I normally don't just like
Out of the
text.
blue.
Yeah, out of the blue. I
Like
was
some random Tinder
yeah,
creeper
right?
or something.
Yeah, totally. Like, hey, what are you still up? You know,
You still jamming or what?
Yeah. So I hit him up and I was like, dude, it's been a year. You know, we've been kind of slowly taking all the steps that we thought were necessary to get to another level. What do I got to do? Like, what's going on? You know? And so he goes, well, what have you been doing? And so I told him, like, we booked a West Coast tour. We just flew out and booked, like, a ridiculous West Coast tour up and down, like 12 dates or something like that. And then sold merch, did shows here, did shows there. And I was like, yeah, you know, we're doing that. And he's just like, really? Like, you guys just did that? We're like, oh, yeah. Like, I don't know. Is that what you do? He goes, dude, that takes a lot of balls. Like, hold on. Like, just give me 10 minutes, you know? And I was like, okay. And I'll never forget. It was, like, Christmas time, 2014, 2013. No, 2014, I think. No, I'm sorry, 2013. Sorry. And I remember at work, Matt texted me and he was like, yo, if someone calls from Maryland, answer the number because you're not going to have it. It's like a whatever number. And I was like, okay. Like, he goes, just answer it. If you're at work, just fucking leave. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. And I was like, okay. So
Your life's about to change.
yeah, right, for real. Like, it's like the Ring type shit. And so, like, perfect. 10 minutes later, phone's buzzing. And I just looked at everyone and I was like, I got to answer this. And they're like, what's up? And I was like,
It's a business thing.
yeah, I don't know, actually. So, and it was our manager, Mike Mowry, who wasn't our manager at the time, but is Mike Mowry, who is part of Outer Loop. And so we start talking, and he goes, I normally don't do this, but Matt was so, like, adamant that I checked you out, that I called you, that, like, we talked, you know? And he's like, he's never really like that. You know, I mean, he is, but he's never like, you got to call him. You got to talk to him.
Get up, call him right now.
Yeah, you got to check this out. You got to, like, pick him up before someone else does, you know? And so we spoke with, like, a couple managers, this and that, but that was the first one that felt real.
Got
you know,
you.
that felt like he gave a shit. He was really like, I want to help you. I
Right.
really want to do something with you, you know? And so it kind of just snowballed into, like, okay, now we have a manager. We're like, holy shit, this is great. Like, okay. And he's like, all right, your demos are garbage, which we knew, which we were like, totally, like, let us know what we suck with and we'll
Right.
get better, you know? And so he's like, all right, we're going to try to get you into Taylor Larson. And Taylor Larson was, at the time, the guy who just did Periphery 2. So that album in the metal community was just
Huge.
massive. It
Right.
sounded good. The songs were good. Everyone's playing is ridiculously good. So anywho, so we're like, we're trying to get you with Taylor Larson. And so the guys from Periphery, Matt was helping as well. You know, like, dude, you got to give these guys a shot. So we're like, all right, let's start practicing some songs. We get an email, like, a day later, and it's like, cool, in 2 weeks, you're going to do 5 songs. And we're just like, oh shit, okay, all right, we're good. And we didn't have the money, we didn't have anything. We were just like, okay, cool, no problem, we'll figure it out, dude. We were taking like money like crazy out of our bank account, like counting pennies, asking mom, all that shit, you know. And we're just like, dude, we just got to get this done. We got to do this. We can't miss this opportunity.
You don't even know how much it costs.
Yeah, we just said yes. We didn't even know. We were just like, sure.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So anywho,
Fuck yeah.
Like, XYZ price came through. We're like, yep, cool, whatever. Here you go. Like, fine. We're there for like 5 days. We do 4 or 5 songs. Turns out so good that it's technically our demo, if you think about it. We got a bunch of label offers, and then Spine Farm came around, and they're a major label. So they're a subsidiary of Universal.
Yeah.
And so we weren't thinking of anything. We didn't think that was, like, even a possibility, obviously. And so we get an email from them like, hey, we're really interested. Like, we should talk. And everyone kind of looked at the management, and we're like, is this good? And they're like, yeah, this is awesome. You know, like type deal. Because we were just like, I mean, we're a little older now, but we're just fucking kids. We're just like excited, you know? And so we're like, okay, yeah, let's talk about it. Like, let's talk to him, this and that. They have been the coolest, most inspiring, most encouraging people that we've ever met. All they do is just encourage us to be us.
That's
which
awesome.
is like, you always hear horror stories from this and that, but then I've realized from dealing with them, I think it's who you are as a person changes how they react to you.
Right.
You know, if you're trying to play hardball, they're going to play hardball with you. But if you're going to be a team about it and say, like, well, maybe write a song that's kind of like this vibe. Like, okay, you've been in the game longer than I have. I still like, you know, whatever, you know.
Right.
And so we've worked as a team instead of against each other.
Gotcha.
So anywho, sorry to, that's just my
that's
love,
cool.
my
No,
love
no,
for
no.
them.
Dude,
you know?
What you're saying. What you're saying is crazy important because somebody's going to be listening to this. You know, usually the thing is, the question is, oh, what advice do you have? That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for what actually the fuck
like
happened.
what happened. Yeah,
exactly right.
Yeah.
So that's a big component of this, and now it makes so much sense why the dude from Periphery did vocals on this last album.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, so
Spencer was there the first day. So when we did our EP, that 5-song thing, Spencer was there because Periphery was home. So we just rolled up knowing Matt. But Matt wasn't there, but Spencer just was there because Matt was like, yo, you got to check these guys out. They're cool. Like, they're fun to hang with. They're, like, nice dudes, whatever. So Spencer was there. So he was there the entire time we did the EP. And he was like, shit, you guys are really cool. Like, and then, boom, we get a tour offer. Our first tour ever is with Periphery. Like, are you kidding me? You know what I mean? Like, are you serious right now? So it was like, holy shit, this is amazing. So we go on that tour. It's literally incredible. You know, the next tour is then with the Contortionist, who was on the Periphery tour, and it just kind of snowballed from there. And then we do our first record, our first full length, and Spencer is just there again. He's like, well, I'm gonna come and hang out if that's okay. And we're like, dude,
what do you
yeah,
mean?
of course. And so we're like thinking of a song. We're like, damn, we want Spencer to be on this. This is so cool. And we wrote a song called Diamonds for Gold. And Spencer loved it. He immediately was just like, dude, this is sick. He would help Justin with, like, vocal melodies. He was just, like, very about being a part of it, which was
awesome.
Just the coolest thing. You'd never think. You'd, like, ask someone to do that, and they'd be like, yeah, I guess. But he was just like, I'm here. You know what I mean? I'm here for you guys. And so one day, towards the end of recording, we just come in one morning, get coffee, get some food, whatever, come in, and Spence is like, dude, you want to check something out real quick? And we're like, yeah, what's up? And he just, like, presses space bar, and he did, like, a verse. He did his verse on Diamonds for Gold, and we looked at each other and then did some of the chorus, and we were just like, dude, this is, like, amazing. I am so psyched right now. It was just, like, the coolest thing you could have thought, like, because no one knew it was about to happen.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was unexpected.
And he just rolls in, does it, like, the coolest job, does everything amazing. And we couldn't be happier about
Dude,
how that turned
so
out.
Fucking awesome.
It was ridiculous.
Dude, I love that story.
Yeah,
I love that
it
fucking
was
story.
So ridiculous.
And I think the other thing too is what did it was not only you mentioned personality, but I think one of the bigger things of it was that you were like you called him up saying, what do I do and what have you done? You were proactive.
Yeah, and I wasn't asking him like, yo, get me in touch with your manager.
Right, exactly.
I was just like,
what am I doing wrong?
Yeah,
like,
what else do I do?
Right,
You know what I
go.
mean? Yeah, exactly. Like just just show me how to do it. I'll take care of it, but just kind of give me some advice.
Right.
You know? And he's the nicest dude. I mean, I'm an only child, so shit.
Me too.
Yeah, you know? So he's like older brother figure to me,
Right,
you know?
I got you.
And
yeah.
he was just like, dude, literally, I got you. You know what I
Right.
mean? And it was like, I don't want to say if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be where we were, but I mean, he plays such a mega huge part in helping us get to the next level of being the local band playing the cool shows to then being the band on the cool tours.
Right.
You know what I mean? It went from like one to another in like a phone call.
So what's more important to you? Is it or not more important, but sometimes bands don't have the opportunity to have the best of both worlds like you guys do.
You're right. You're totally right.
So what do you think is better, having a great manager or being signed to a label?
That's tough because they both play a very important
Right.
part. You know, a manager and a label will both get you opportunities. They're both there to help you, but they're both there to do different things. A manager can help with your look, can help maybe get you on tours, they're more of like a guider. I mean, everybody's a guider. We're the captains of the ship, but everyone's more like a guide.
Right.
The label is there to then distribute your music to the world. That's another important thing. Although the internet is very special and very scary and very important, and a manager can lightly do that as well. A label's job is to then get your music out to the world. So if you have both of them, I feel like you can harness both of their powers for you.
Right.
You know, it's really hard to say because luckily we had the manager first, and then the manager helped us get the label.
Got you.
You know, so that's the
So maybe that's the progression.
maybe that's the progression, you know. But I could always see a label being interested and then maybe not wanting to sign on until you have a manager, just because having a manager is a good point person. You know, I'm kind of the point person in our band with some stuff. Other guys are a point person for some other stuff. We have a very good team. Everyone takes a role and takes it very seriously.
That's
know?
another thing that I hear from a lot of
Yeah.
successful bands. Is some
And
people will be like, I'm great at fucking merch,
Yeah.
but I suck at booking shows. Don't
Dude,
fucking make me book
totally.
shows.
Like, dude, I'll stand at merch all day. I'll talk to everyone. But if you ask me to do taxes, you're going to be really bummed with what I come up with. You know what I mean? But our other guy, Jason, is like, I'm not trying to stand at merch, but he will sit on an Excel sheet all day and do
They're
our
ripping
taxes.
us up.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Who lost a fucking shirt?
Yeah, exactly. Well, the drawer was at 50 and it's at 45 today. What's up, dudes? You know what I mean? But no, dude, we need that. We need that part. Like, a machine doesn't work with one part.
Right,
It works
right.
with many parts, and they have to work together. You know, and I feel like that's not maybe the only way you can do it, but it's the only way that I know is working right now.
Right.
You
right.
know?
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys just, I'm gonna say, few months ago released Phantom of More.
Yeah, November.
Right?
Yeah, it's
And
super new.
And then I saw that it was supposed to release in January, but you guys early released it. Is that what happened with that? Did I maybe misread something?
Nocturnal was released in January.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
got
yeah.
you,
So
got
that
you.
may
All
be
right.
what's where it was
okay,
from.
I understood. So I noticed that you guys did the video for the Shadow.
Yeah.
Right. So why did you pick that particular song? Why did you pick that particular song to do
That
it?
song just stood out as a perfect bridge from Nocturnal Masquerade to Phantom of More.
Understood.
It had a lot of the characteristics of, because I feel like Nocturnal and Phantom are very different records. There's
Totally.
very different vibes, very different themes, very different atmospheric sounds, yada yada yada. We all felt like the Shadow was a good bridge. So it had the heavy craziness. It had the beautiful chorus with Justin's vocals and like the cool melodies that he thinks of, you know. And that it just worked out, and it just showed itself to be the one immediately.
So to the one, I feel like that song, and I don't know if you guys are fans of it or not, but I feel like that song could easily be remixed, like
Oh, yeah.
like stripped, and it's getting like, I don't know. I just see like an electronic feel is I
Yeah.
guess what I'm trying to say is
Dude, absolutely. There's a couple songs on there that would be kind of cool if some like crazy DJ was like making some crazy song out of
Right.
it. Yeah, I think that would be awesome.
Okay, cool. So you're
Yeah.
on board
Oh,
with that,
dude.
right on.
And on another artist taking another artist's work and messing with it is sometimes cool if you accept that.
Right.
If you're cool with creative criticism and that, which I think we all are.
Cool.
We're all super open-minded, so.
So who directed that video?
Joey Durango.
Okay.
Yeah.
Out of where?
I want to say Florida. I believe he's Florida. And it was interesting. That was the first video that we weren't actually a part of. We wanted
Whoa,
it. Yeah,
all right.
So we always had this idea, like we wanted to. Music videos are cool. We love them. They're the coolest thing, but they're kind of dorky when you're like playing in it, and that's just our opinion.
I can just
You-
see it
you
like
know what I
without the
mean?
music. Like
Yeah, that's just like our opinion. Like we always wanted to make something like our albums that is like kind of deep, you know, a little bit deeper. And so we decided like let's make a little short movie to deal with a song or the theme of the song. And so we kind of talked with Joey. We talked with a couple directors, and he was the one that picked it up and was like, "Dude, this is great," and just ran with it and did that. So we actually just did another music video.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And it was directed by Justin Reich. I believe that's how you say your last name.
Okay.
Justin, I'm sorry if it's not. Incredible director. Done like Between the Buried and Me, some awesome bands. He just knows his stuff. He
Got
is
you.
so good. But anywho, not to give anything away, but like our first album, the Shadow music video is then gonna segue into this next music video. So the little themes that were going on is
They're
gonna then
connecting,
happen
like
again.
a fucking chain
Yep.
that's in a video.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, dude.
Yep. So it's kind of fun. But we are in that one.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. That's a really rad, and I do like what the director did, because it's like, oh fuck, the Shadow could be literally fucking anything. It
Anything.
could be
Yeah.
fucking work. The guy's fucking carrying around a
Dude.
briefcase. It's fucking like
Yeah.
It could be anything.
And that's the cool part. That's like kind of the and not to tell you what Justin's lyrics are about because he knows better than I because
Right.
he's the creator of them. But like from what I got from what he's told me this and that. There's a Carl Jung quote about this of your shadow and it's good and evil.
Right.
Any man or woman, whatever, any human is able to be good and evil no matter what. So it's really interesting. And I mean, dude, you could be the nicest person, but if someone pisses you off, you're going to be crazy. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're able to reach that evil. You're able to reach that beautiful, really nice person. Everyone is. And it's crazy when you really think about it, you know? And so that's kind of, I believe, what that song is kind of talking about. And so that's what the music video is visually. It's the Shadow trying to get that briefcase from the good or bad, whatever you don't
it
know.
is.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
fucking give me that shit.
Yep,
right?
yep.
You
And
know?
it's scary because, dude, that's never going anywhere. That's
Right.
a part of you.
And
Until
you're like,
you're,
why do you
you're-
want that?
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Until you're no longer. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's
Just
like,
fucking
dude,
follows
this
you.
is crazy. Yep.
Yeah.
Even just like the lyrics.
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
So fucking. There's so much like.
Yeah.
About that. It's really cool. I can't wait to see what. Can you say what song it is that you're doing the video for? Or can you hold that back?
No, but it's a rock. It's a rock one.
Okay.
It's rock and roll. It's really
All
cool.
right.
Think of a car chase and listen to the record and what song would be cool for a car chase besides "Let It Ride" because that's too easy. Because it's not that.
So the live show, are you guys playing a lot of new stuff? Are you
Yeah.
playing older stuff?
We
or
are.
What are you doing?
We're playing a bunch of new stuff, which is super exciting because I feel like whenever you're in a band and you write new songs, you want to play them live. They're just exciting. They're new. You haven't beat them to death yet. But yeah, we're playing a handful of new stuff, kind of preparing because we have a really great tour after this as well and a couple festivals that we're all insanely excited about.
The one that you're fucking doing with Tool.
With Tool, dude,
What
Rock
the
on the
fuck,
Range.
dude?
Yo, we got that email that we got on that show during this tour at like, we were on the West Coast, so it was probably 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. Everyone just started screaming in the bus. We were just like, oh my God. Like, dude, we just freaked out. It was literally a dream come true. I
Right.
mean, not to mention just playing a festival like Rock on the Range, how prolific and incredible all the bands who have played, who are playing, to be a part of that on the day of Tool. You're just like, dude, what?
the fuck?
Yeah, like
Dude,
what?
have you been on the festival circuit yet?
No, this literally. So the next tour, we have 4 festivals, and we've never
Fuck.
played, and we're killing it, dude. It's Rock on the Range, Carolina Rebellion, Fort Rock, and Welcome to Rockville.
Dude, I just
We're
can't
doing
like.
2 nights with Ozzy.
Dude,
Like
what the
that's
fuck?
insane.
So, all right. See, you haven't experienced it yet, so I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
My question was gonna be like, I don't know what to even ask now. It's like, I mean, do you think that you'll even see fucking Maynard? Or
I don't
anybody
even
from
know.
there?
Dude, I don't know. I just know.
Do you have any buddies on that? Do you have any buddies
Oh
on that
yeah,
bill?
there's a couple bands that we've toured with before. Dudes from bands that we toured with that are in other bands that are playing. So it's like,
Gotcha.
dude, like I don't even know because it was like so overwhelming. Like I don't even know which festivals are which anymore because I'm just like, oh my god, this is amazing, this is amazing. But yeah, there's a couple dates where I've like texted the guys like, dude, we're playing too. You know, like holy shit, this is crazy.
I'm vibing off
Yeah,
of your
yeah,
energy. I'm
dude.
excited.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm fucking going.
Yeah,
you know?
dude, it's gonna be incredible.
It's so rad,
Yeah,
man.
we're really excited.
So you know, I wanted to touch on the album, and I feel like we did do that. Is there anything that like anything, because I don't want to leave anything out that you think is important. Is there anything about the new album that you want to cover that maybe I haven't touched on? I know it's different.
Yeah, no, it's
got
different.
A much like,
and that's what I like about it,
yeah.
you know. And I think obviously on the internet, there's a couple people who are like stomping their feet, like this sucks. It's like, dude, bring that shit on.
Sucks so bad.
I
playing with
love
Tool.
It. Yeah,
fucking
bummer.
horrible,
We just toured with Meshuggah and Between the Buried and Me. That was terrible.
I'll give you your $7 back, dude.
Yeah, dude. Like, how about this? Don't buy a shirt. You know what I mean? Like, whatever, dude. Fine. But no, like, besides all that, like, honestly, when I hear like, oh, this sucks, worst song ever, I love that shit. I love that shit because it lets me know that they sat there and they listened,
right?
And it made them feel something so much that they had to mash that keyboard, you know, or they had to crush their phone because they felt something from listening to that song.
That's the thing I don't get. Like, really, bro? You have so much time that you can write down like
this
sucks,
like,
dude?
cool, man.
Okay, bro,
dude.
like,
And I love it because, like, especially online, with the power of online, you can send funny pictures, this and that. There's a GIF of Kevin from The Office laughing, and every time someone like says something shitty about our songs, I just send that, and it's just him laughing, and it makes me laugh because it's like, you know, that probably pisses him off even more.
Right, dude. Fuck yeah.
And
dude.
it's like, dude, whatever, man. I don't care.
You have to excuse me. I gotta go on stage now.
Yeah. Please send me the album that you wrote from your heart, and let me judge it for you, you know? Like, come on, dude. Like, we're all musicians. We're all doing something different. It sounds different. Just respect one another. It's not that hard.
And it's a rad fucking album, dude.
Yeah,
like, come on, dude.
I
like,
think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Come on.
What an awesome life. Don't fucking let anybody tell you shit about shit.
Yeah, and you're going to let someone on the internet bum you out? Like, dude, even if he said it in person, I would giggle and be like, cool, anything else? You know, like, and then smile and be like, see ya.
And you know what? They won't, bro.
Yeah, they won't.
They're not going to come to your face and be like that.
They're never going to face you like that. That's
just want to let you know. I just thought it sucked.
Yeah,
like,
it's like, cool. Actually, I respect that more than you mashing your keyboard about it, you know? Like,
yeah, man.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They'll never look at you in the face and be like, that sucked, you know? Like, come on, dude.
They'll most likely pay $16 to see you play.
Yeah,
you know
and then
mean?
Write about it on the internet later, safely from their car or their home.
All right, so I know I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna have to do whatever you guys.
Oh, it's all
do.
good. It's all good.
You are from Asbury, right? Bruce Springsteen or Bon Jovi?
Oh God, is it C? Neither. Shit. Sorry, Bruce and Bon. I guess. Oh man, that's a tough one. There's so many good bands from Jersey.
Fucking pick one. Fuck it.
All right,
you don't have to.
I'm gonna say the Parlor Mob.
Okay,
the
Parlor Mob.
Parlor Mob.
Okay.
It's like the coolest rock and roll band. It's like a bunch of our friends. We used to share a practice space, and not to be sentimental, that band really inspired us to tour, like to tour, to really push ourselves creatively. Everything. Paul, the guitar player of the Parlor Mob, recorded our first two like real demos. What is it? Turning of the Tides and Vibration Color Frequency. We weren't signed. We didn't have a manager. Nothing. Paul just was like, "You guys are sick. I believe in this music. I believe that you guys are just awesome and creative." And he just wanted to help.
Gotcha.
So he threw down. I'm like, dude, Vibration Color Frequency is a 17.5-minute song.
Right, yeah.
To tackle that shit and not to be like, guys, get out of here. Dude, he's a champ. And so we like, it was kind of crazy, like Periphery or Between the Buried and Me or Kill Switch or Meshuggah. We looked up to these bands. We looked up to the Parlor Mob. And for him to just be like, dude, record. Like, let's do a record. Whatever you want, let's do it. I'm here for you, you know?
That's fucking gnarly.
So that really like helped us. Like, that helped our encouragement, or that helped with his encouragement to really, like, be like, yo, let's try and do this, you know? He was a big factor in that, in, like, pushing us to just do whatever the hell we wanted. So, yeah, the Parlor Mob, that's a big part of tooth grinder, really like pushing ourselves to do it.
Right, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you're gonna have to it's gonna have to even out. You're gonna have to forward that somehow. You
Oh,
know
no
what I
doubt.
mean?
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely, absolutely.
But so the other thing, it's completely unrelated, but I saw in another interview somewhere, I believe it was you, talking about surfing.
Oh yeah.
Do you surf?
Yeah. We all are like beach guys for sure.
So all right, I had to pin that. I have to pin that because there was another question I was forgetting what
Oh,
it
it's
was.
okay.
And I went
Yeah,
with
yeah.
that. But I want to touch on that.
Yeah, let's go back.
I read and I was noticing that you guys are all friends from high school.
Yep.
Then you guys go to college. You guys are playing it, and this is a common fucking theme.
Yeah.
People in bands in this area, like we were talking about, everything is so accessible.
Yeah.
You'll have a band member in New York. You'll have a
Yep.
band member in Baltimore.
Dude,
You'll
we
have
were
a band.
all over
Right.
the place.
But I want to know how you got that to work, and I'm also super curious about what you guys' degrees are in.
Okay. So Jason, our guitar player who does all the taxes, he's a civil engineer. He went to Penn State.
Of course.
Yeah,
Numbers
you know
are
what I
not
mean?
his problem.
Dude, numbers are like his game.
That's so funny because he could literally quit this and go and
Yeah,
make
and just
fucking
crush it.
$90,000.
Well, dude, when we're
starting out.
home, he just designs buildings and stuff. So it's ridiculous.
Oh, so he does do
He
that.
still does it. Dude, his job is so cool that they let him leave and they bring him back every single tour so far, knock on wood.
What
all
the
of us. Dude, all of us.
fuck?
We
Okay,
all
right,
have
right,
jobs
so,
at
all right,
home.
All right, no, this is important. This is fucking. So one of the most difficult things for musicians is finding these gigs that, and I feel like most people think I got to get a job as a fucking waiter so that I can ditch
Yeah.
this job when it's time to go.
Sometimes.
So I'm super curious about.
Yeah.
I'm super curious
Yeah.
about your education and your
Yeah.
jobs. Go for it.
So I went to New England Institute of Art, and I went for music production.
Okay.
Justin went to Johnson and Wales to be a chef. He's an incredible chef, like straight up Picasso of chefs, man. He's so good. Matt, our bass player, went for creative writing at Hofstra, and John Ewell went to Berkeley in Boston for
Fucking
like
Berkeley.
guitar playing, music theory. So he's incredible.
Wow.
He knows every note on the guitar.
Wow, man. So
Yeah, he's really good, really
and
talented.
I'm sorry, your degree again was in
Music production. Yep,
So
yep,
is
yep.
that what you do for a living now? Or is
I help I help make sure the flow of this independent music store at home goes nicely. Go on tour, this and that. But it's kind of crazy. So I do all of our demos and whatnot. I've done like demos for other bands, recording wise. But yeah, I mean that's helped being in a band, setting up the stage, doing this, doing that. You know, adding to our live performance, knowing the ins and outs of recording this and that live has. Oh my God, it's helped us so much.
fucking bitching?
Yeah,
dude.
it's really cool, you know. And I mean, Justin's a chef, so when we're on tour, we have a day off. We grab like $1 million in food, and he cooks it up like we're at like a 5-star restaurant.
what's
You know,
up,
like
dude.
it's crazy. It's really cool.
So fucking surfing. All right.
Yeah.
So this is just a personal shading question. Like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I'm curious about is that fucking I never see anybody surfing on the East Coast, and I was wondering, do fucking people do it? And I saw that you did it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
where?
Everywhere, up and down, man. I mean, so from where we live in New Jersey is our stretch of beach that we kind of surf on is Long Beach Island up to Sandy Hook.
Okay.
So that's fairly far. So in between that, you have Belmar, Seaside, Asbury Park, Spring Lake. Oh my God, it's
So
endless.
Seaside Heights, you can surf in Seaside
Oh
Heights.
yeah, absolutely. So we
Alright.
have in New Jersey we have jetties, and jetties are just big ass rocks, almost like a pathway out into the ocean, about 50 yards, 100 yards. They're all different. And that almost helps, hurts, yada yada yada. You can argue about that all day.
Right, got you.
Helps the break, hurts the break, whatever. It makes a break. And then also, not to get all science on you, the way the bottom of the ocean is formed. So when it goes from deep to shallow, your wall of water is then, once it hits the shallow, is going to raise up and make a wave.
Got
obviously.
you.
And yeah, so I mean, dude, we get waves all over. The summer is not the greatest.
Really?
In the winter, like in the fall into
Fuck
the
you.
winter.
No way.
Oh, dude, full hood, gloves, boots,
Shut the
5
fuck
mil
up.
wetsuits. You see guys in
Oh.
the snow out there. It's crazy.
Dude, I gotta find that. I want to film that.
Dude,
I
it's
want
sick.
I want to do something
Yeah,
on that. You
it's
just
cool.
exposed me to a whole other fucking world.
Dude, it's crazy,
Dude,
man.
in the winter.
Yep, in the winter, just
Dude.
crushing it.
All right, so like, I'm assuming do you have to be away from like the tourist area to do the surfing?
Yeah,
Or?
in the summer, yes. In the summer, there's usually dedicated beaches that are surfing beaches. And it's not even because the waves break best. That was just the leftover beach that they're like, yeah, there's nothing near that. Just go there. You know what I mean? But
Fucking hippies.
yeah, seriously, idiots. You know. But yeah, so there are dedicated beaches, but we also have lifeguards that are on the beach from 9 o'clock till 5 o'clock in the summertime.
Gotcha.
So like 4 months out of the year. As soon as they're not on duty, surf wherever the hell you want. Or in the morning before they come on, before 9 o'clock, which is actually beautiful. Getting on the beach before 9 a.m., like when the sun is rising at 6, 7 o'clock, the wind is light, like the sun is just coming up. It's just a really beautiful thing to kind of experience, honestly, you know? Even when the sun's going down and the wind dies down, it's another beautiful experience.
That is so fucking
yeah,
gnarly.
it's really cool.
Thank you for sharing that with me.
Oh, no doubt.
It's fucking another world that I'm going to look at in the future.
The beach is huge to me. That's like I said, I can see the ocean from my apartment. And like literally in the summertime, if I don't have work, even if I do have work, say work's at 10 a.m., I'll get up at 7, I'll get up at 8. I won't even have shoes on. I'll open my front door. I'll look at the ocean. I'll look at the beach. I'll be like, all right, it's sunny. Waves are good. I don't even put shoes on. I just like put board shorts on and walk out my door, walk to the beach in bare feet, lay there for an hour, 2 hours, set my alarm, run back, shower before work, get the sand off, get the salty ocean off of me, roll right into work. Sorry, work. That's kind of what I do, though.
Dude.
I'm like all sunburned or I'm like super tan. They're like, damn, dog, were you at the beach this morning? I was like, yep.
Surfer by
3
day,
hours.
rock star by night.
Yeah, right? Not a bad life.
Record store dude sometimes in the
Yeah,
middle.
yeah. A little bit of skateboarding, a little bit. I just picked up photography
Right
and like
on.
video. So like
Very
I've been
cool.
going nuts with that. That's been super fun.
That's awesome,
Especially
man.
going on tour. Like, dude, going
yeah,
on
you
tour
would
with a
think-
sick
and then-
camera.
And then
It's
you've
like,
got
oh,
fucking all
God.
these friends and all these other bands, and you're like, snip.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Dude, I made a video of Greyhaven, like the week into tour. I was like, dude, these guys are so sick. They go nuts on stage. So my camera shoots at 96 frames per second. So that's like mega slow-mo, like Planet Earth slow-mo.
Right.
And so I filmed like one of their sets and just put it to some music. And it was just so cool to be able to do that for them, you know? Just you're helping the scene. You're
Right,
helping out
yeah.
your friends.
Yeah.
Dude, it's super fun. And that will probably lead to maybe doing it for real one
Yeah,
day. You never
dude,
know.
for sure.
If I learn enough. you know?
Right. I feel the same way with like doing this. That maybe one day you keep doing it.
Yeah.
And then you do it full time.
Becomes
you
your
know?
job. Yeah, dude.
So one last question for
Yeah,
you.
oh,
I
dude.
appreciate you taking so much
Take
time
as
with this.
Dude,
I
here
want to
for you,
know
dog.
you're obviously from Jersey. You've played in this scene. You've been around this area. You've done it all. Do you have a crazy ass Philly story?
Oh, yeah. A Philly story?
The crazy ass Philly story.
Usually our crazy stories are New York. We've had a couple wacky ones in New York. Philly, we've played a lot, but we've played like TLA, Voltage. We haven't played too many places in Philly. I saw a dude get hit by a car.
Okay, sorry.
Like straight up get smashed by a car and just like, yep, okay. And just keep going.
I've
Like,
seen that
I don't
too.
know what he was on, what he was doing, but he had some fucking armor on clearly because he was just like, all good and just kept going. That was ridiculous. We saw a dude get smashed by a car in Portland as well. And that was even crazier. That was a whole nother side of the country. But homeboy gets smashed with a car, flies like a couple feet. His shoes are just like somewhere else. Dude gets up, is like pissed off at the driver, punches the hood of the car, and then just takes off full sprint. Didn't get his shoes. Didn't stop. It was just like, fuck you. Flew. It was just like we were like standing in line at the donut place, Voodoo Donut, just like what was that? You know, like okay, but yeah, nothing crazy in Philly. I mean, again, knock on wood, Jesus. Tonight it'll be crazy, I bet. And I'll be like, dude, ask me that question again, like tomorrow.
Fuck yeah, dude. Well, Willis Weller, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
I'm just happy to be playing this tour with all these awesome bands. Happy for our next tour. Yeah, the next tour is Bullet for My Valentine Trivium, and it's 2 tours like this in a row. You can't ask for anything
Right.
more. We were just on tour with Meshuggah. The one before that was Between the Buried and Me. That's like, we're hitting all the sweet bands.
Yeah,
It has
dude.
just been such an honor, such a pleasure to play, to share the stage, share the road with these guys. They've all been so nice. Just, it literally lifts your spirits to be like, there are good people in this world,
Right.
and in those bands.
Got you.
You know, and it's encouraging. It really is.
Awesome. Well, Willis, thank you so much for taking so
Dude,
much time out to speak
course.
with us. This was an awesome interview. I really
Thank you.
appreciate it. And fucking good luck tonight, man.
Thank you.
Keep fucking
Thank you.
rocking this shit out. You guys are doing an amazing job.
Appreciate that.
You bet, man.
From one Weller to
You got it,
another.
brother. You
So
know it,
sick.
brother. All right, dude.